What up? What up? What up? Let me drop this right now. I was going to do that. Nice. Marvin, what is up with you, buddy?
Right now I'm trying to put my keyboard back on, but I mean we're live now, so I mean things are going to
Well,
happen. Things are going to
hey,
happen.
things are going to happen, live and direct and everything.
Yeah.
It's just it's all good and it's feeling good and everything. So this is basically a surprise appearance by the Comicsburgh crew. A couple members of the crew, DP Brown, your friendly neighborhood, and Marvin. Marvin when the legendary, the infamous creator of the Edge. Ooh, man, I feel like I'm with celebrity right now. It's such a beautiful thing. Such a beautiful thing. But basically, we call this like house cleaning and everything. So um, a few weeks, a few days out of the month and everything, we're basically going to come on and utilize our channel, our Comicsburgh channels and everything, our social media platforms to talk about, Comicsburgh stuff, house clean, if you're not getting that direct from other places, why not from us? So we could talk about anything Comicsburgh related. That's what we are going to talk about. We got some exciting stuff coming up, in the next coming weeks, next coming months, even the next coming year and everything. So you just basically want to make sure that you're following us on all social media platforms. We're at Comicsburgh. We are on YouTube, obviously. Smash that subscribe button. Also hit that notification button. So anytime that we're on, that we're on. You can also find us on Facebook, at Comicsburgh, on Instagram at Comicsburgh, TikTok at Comicsburgh. So basically all over social media, we're at Comicsburgh. We're going to be doing like some podcasts and stuff at some point too. So we're planning on getting some of that stuff together. But like I said, we're going to be on a few minutes. We're not going to take too much of you guys' time and everything, but thanks for joining us. For those who have joined us so far. All right, let me get this Instagram up. There we go. All right, so basically just got on live on Instagram now and everything. Had to push that live button to make it work. They don't make it convenient for you for what StreamYard, man. It's crazy. But
That's kind of
how you
weird.
doing, Marvin?
I mean, I'm doing good. I mean, I've been watching this Kickstarter grow and hoping to get to that first stretch goal on Saturday at 2,000 to unlock issue number 10, because I know everybody's chomping at the bit to get to the next issue, even though they haven't gotten to 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. But issue 10, special cover. So let's get this going. Let's get it going.
Oh yeah. Let's keep it moving. I guess speaking of which and everything, let's get our first house cleaning out the way. Let's check out the Kickstarter that's happening right now. So, we got the Edge, Volume 2, Reign of Chaos. Ooh, sounds exciting. So it sounds like there's a lot of chaotic stuff going on here. So for all those who are just getting into Comicsburgh, who don't really know about the Edge and everything, can we get a breakdown of what the Edge is about?
Sure. So, it's the Edge is the drug that can give people powers, but they can cost their life or their sanity. So it's all about consequences of power and how power can corrupt, and how using those powers may not be for the best of all involved and not for yourself.
Okay. All right. And that's straightforward and to the point and everything. And for the audience, who is it mainly directed to? Is there any certain audience that you're trying to chase, or is there a certain audience you're trying to reach with the Edge? What are your thoughts as far as that?
I would put it firmly into the PG-13 realm of any action adventure movie over the last 15, 20 years. I mean, if you liked 90s X-Men, anything from Wildstorm, Wildcat, Stormwatch, it's in that vein. If you like G.I. Joe, so any of that stuff, mid 80s into the 90s, all the good story, all the action, good art, good colors, good letters. So if you're into that kind of stuff, you'll be into the Edge.
Okay. So you had a volume 1 come out. How long ago did you do that Kickstarter?
That
For the
was
first volume?
2 years ago, 2022.
2022. And what issues did that cover?
1 through 4. So the Revenant storyline.
Okay. All right. Describe the Revenant. Tell me about that Revenant storyline. What's happening in issues 1 through 4?
So in issues 1 through 4, Revenant, former special ops agent who is infected with the Edge, escapes and goes into a rampage because he's trying to get at the guy who he blames most of all for his problems that he's having right now, and that would be Mr. Richard Tartable, who then forms a strike
Mm.
team to kind of get in between the two of them. So Revenant's ability is if he bleeds, he duplicates. So if you're familiar with Multiple Man from the X-Men, similar to that, difference is that his brain is split between all his duplicates. So if they feel pain, he feels pain.
Oh wow. Okay.
So, so
That's
that's
basically what the first 4 issues cover.
so that's another callback to GI Joe. Remember Tomax and Zaymon. One gets hit, the other feels it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome and everything. So like a bridge back from the '80s gives you a little bit of that retro feeling and everything. It also gives you like some updated X-Men type stuff. So
Right. I mean, the
sounds like
goal is
super awesome.
always to give some people something familiar and something new. So something that you're kind of used to, and then you turn it on its ear.
Okay. All right, so now we got this second volume out here. What is this Kickstarter covering? What issues is this one covering?
So the Kickstarter covers issues 5 through 9, which again is the Reign of Chaos storyline, where the character Chaos, the
Hmm.
gentleman in the chair in the middle, forms his own group of people because he knows that having these powers is going to put a target on their back to normal humans. So they're going to come after him. So he wants to strike first and get it and attack them first.
Okay.
So a little bit more proactive on the idea of get them before
Hmm.
they get me.
Okay. And with each volume that they're getting, to mention it with in this Kickstarter, you do have an opportunity to get both volumes, right?
Yes. So volume 1, volume 2 are in a bundle together for I believe $45. So like if you get a $5 off because the retail price is $25 on both.
Okay. All right, so you guys, you'll get a chance to get both of these volumes so you can catch up, and actually for those who aren't really into like floppies and stuff, this is such a really great opportunity to get like both volumes so you can put them up on the bookshelf and everything. About how many pages are we looking at with both volumes combined? Or
Uh,
I guess to start off with like each volume
right.
and then the combined thing.
So volume 1 is around 120 pages, and I believe volume 2 is around 140, 145.
Okay.
So and then so the volume 2 will have extra material. So
Hmm.
there's two more one shots that we're doing. Blaine High
Hmm.
Stakes, Mystic
Okay.
Legends, and a secret one that we're not going to reveal until a couple weeks from now. So that'll be added into volume 2. So that's going to jump the page count up over to I think around 150 or more.
Okay. All right. So you got a lot of content, as they
Yeah,
say. And
a
I
lot,
see
lot
that
to
you got
chew.
oh, go ahead.
I said a lot to chew on with this story.
Yeah, a lot to chew on. And I see you got like some cars and stuff. So you got like some extras and everything, along with the Kickstarter. Talk
Right.
about that a little bit.
So this will be the trading card sets, volumes 1 through 3. And there are two or more volumes planned with more to come. So there's going to be a trading card of every character that appears in the book, no matter if they have a big part or a small part. We're going to get them in the cards because I mean they
Hmm.
had cards, comic book cards in the '90s, so
Hmm.
we'll bring cards back. So you'll
All
have the
right.
card, you'll have information about the character and their powers on the back.
All right, so I guess my man, his internet connection popped off and everything. So as he was saying that, he's going to have a lot of his card stuff right in the Kickstarter here. So I mean, he's got some really amazing stuff. Marvin, I mean, he's been going on with the Edge for like the past 10 something years and stuff. I don't know, like when he first created it, it was just something just like the whole world building was straight out of his head. And to have it going on for like so long, like this many years later, it's just a testament to everything Marvin is doing as far as the Edge is concerned. Let's just flip a little bit more through this Kickstarter and stuff. Like he said, he has the car indie game going on. So I mean, the not only does he have the characters, he has it also like built into like a game type of package and stuff too. So that's sort of exciting. And when he gets back on, I'm going to see like um how many of the characters as he has, because I mean, from the way it looks, he just has so many characters. If you remember back when GI Joe was on, they had it was just introducing so many characters, like throughout the seasons and everything. You sort of like lost track of who was in the first season, all the way up to when it ended, like a few years later and stuff. But every character, what I distinctly remember is that they had like its own personality. That's what sort of like the Edge reminds me of. It has its own distinct personality with each of the characters. With like people just feeling a certain type of way in this vein, and have certain type of skills in that vein. Different color formats and stuff that fits each character's personality set. Just a really good way for even though it's PG-13. You got like I've been at like conventions where some kids just like sort of gravitate towards certain characters just because of their costume and the colors and stuff. So when we do cons and stuff, this is one of the best. So this is one of our most popular series that come about. So if you're into the Edge and everything, just like when they he's back, there he goes, he's popping back in it.
Yeah,
so like I said,
the camera decided to die. The camera just like whoop.
Just died like that. So yeah, I was just pumping the Edge up. I was just talking about how a lot of the characters back in the 80s and everything, in the early 90s and everything, sort of had like a lot of character distinctions between in GI Joe and stuff. That sort of like reminds me of what the Edge is with so many characters. How many characters have you developed so far within your universe?
So up until the end or the start of issue 10, we're probably going to have around 30 distinct characters joining into the fray. And like you were saying before, is that they all have their own distinct personality. They're just not someone who shows up, shows off their powers, and then disappears into the night. So that was one of the things that I avoided on my second run of this, because originally I was just creating characters just with powers, and they didn't have anything to do. So when I came back to the whole story, I wrote the characters with personalities first, and then figured out what the powers and their abilities would be.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I mean, like I said, just looking at the Kickstarter, it looks like it's definitely well developed, organized and everything. And I was just bragging about some of the response we get from like Kickstarters, because like I said, I'm sorry, not Kickstarters, but the cons, when we do the cons, because it's one of our most popular books. What's the type of response that you felt that you've gotten from the cons with the Edge?
I see people's eyes light up. I don't know if it's because it's about a drug, or it's about a drug that gives people powers, or it's about the consequences of the powers that people fall into. But once I give them the spiel, they're like, "Oh man, that sounds really interesting. Let me check it out. Let me get everything you got." So I mean, there's no greater feeling than somebody enjoying and wanting something that you create, and then when they come back for more is what we really enjoy. Is like, okay, you came and you got one or two issues. Now you're like, oh, I'm back for more. Give me everything you got.
That's sort of like a fiend, like a drug, you know.
Right.
They just keep coming back for more and stuff. I mean,
Right.
that's what you want. Look at all these drugs here on the table here, guys.
You mean this thing right here? So I mean, I've been talking about these on a few streams, and I said there are capsules in here, but they don't contain any medication, so do not ingest. I have a warning on here that tells you that if you eat these, they might kill you or drive you insane. So please, when you get these through your Kickstarter, do not ingest them. You crack them open, and there's a scroll inside, and on those scrolls, it could say you won something. So when you get these, make sure you crack them all open and see if you won something.
Yeah, just don't put them to like the wayside and let your kids just like mess with them or whatever. So just keep them out of kids' way. So we
Right.
don't want the
But
kids
it's a child-proof cap, so
okay,
most
yeah,
adults
yeah,
probably won't be
yeah.
able to open it. So
All right, all right, all right. So yeah, he has a really good Kickstarter going on here, guys. He even has a retail set for like retailers. So any retailer that's watching, that's checking this out and everything, he has some really good stuff for you. So make sure you check out the retail tier so you can get some up in your store and everything. The Edge is one of our most popular books, single issues in the store and everything. Now that we got the retail stuff coming out, the trade paperbacks and everything, it's a really good way for us to expand the audience for people who don't really aren't really into like floppies and stuff and really want a complete story that's just lasting more than like a 20-minute read or whatever. So you'll get a really great kick, if you're a retailer, putting these into your stores and getting them up out of there. So um all right, so this is the Edge, and Marvin is actually going to come up this Saturday. So this Saturday the 31st at 1 p.m. Make sure that you guys are checking out the Marvin show, the Edge show. Where it's basically all about the Edge. Anything, any questions you need to ask about the Edge, any characters, any backgrounds you need to know, just anything that you want to know about the Edge, anything you want to know about Marvin, what's his background, how long he's been doing this and everything. That's going to be revealed this Saturday at 1 p.m. on our channel, the Comicsburgh channel. So make sure that you're checking out all our social media platforms. We'll have all that displayed for you guys. So make sure that you guys are doing all that. So we definitely appreciate you sharing, take a part in all that. So that's the Edge right there. The next thing I wanted to just briefly talk about was our I still believe in comic series. I'm kind of excited about this, Marvin, because it gives us a chance to um, talk comic industry stuff to like retailers, to get their perspective. To see what their everything is like. Look at Grant. Grant, we got him on the thing. Off to a good start. Definitely on your way. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bruh.
I
All
mean,
right. So
it's pacing a little slightly bit behind 2022, but I mean, I'm confident that we're going to get there. And if we don't get there, I'm coming and visiting everybody who pledged last time. I didn't pledge this time. So I got a list, and I'm coming looking for you guys. So
he's
go
got a
get the deep.
list and he's going to check it twice, to make sure who's naughty and nice.
So yeah, so
That's
the retailer talk thing. I mean, I think that this is going to be really good, not for just for us, but for the community, for these retailers, because a few of them do have their own YouTube channels, but I mean, most of the time they're just talking about new books coming to the store. They're not really getting a chance to talk about the industry as a whole, or talking about if you are a creator.
spine ticks in the house. Give me the floppies. Give me the trays. He wants it. He wants it.
You know where to
Smith,
go to get them,
appreciate
but
you.
you know where to go get them.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you being on and everything. Thanks for joining us. All right, go ahead.
So that gives them an opportunity to talk about the things that they don't really get to talk about with customers or with creators, like things like how do you get a book in the stores? What are some of the things you don't want someone to do? And I mean, in our one, we talked with Ben from Empire Comics and Hot Sauce, because they sell hot sauce in the store out of Sacramento. Is that there's only one good day if you're going to communicate with a store to call, and that's Thursdays now. You can't call on Mondays because they're probably unpacking books for Tuesday and Wednesday. You can't call on Tuesday because that's the day they release DC books until recently when they go back to Wednesdays. Of course, you can't call on Wednesdays because that's New Comic Book Day. Fridays they're probably not in. Saturdays not probably in it. So and Sundays not probably in. So if you're looking to communicate with a store and they're not answering you by email, Ben on our first episode gave you a really good lesson on what you need to do to make sure that you're communicating. And Ben said that he tries to look at everything that he gets. He usually doesn't turn anything down per se, but I mean, there's certain things that he's looking for, certain things he's not looking for. So this is going to be like for all stores. So I mean, keep an eye on the show and just listen to what these retailers are saying, and then try to get your package to fit what they need. You never know who's going to purchase your books or where they're going to go if you can get them into a comic shop.
Yeah. And speaking of which, we got like a clip from their first episode, which you can actually go back and check out from our YouTube channel here. So just check it out.
How you doing, Ben?
Hey, good evening, you two. How you doing tonight?
Oh, doing well.
We're well. Please, Ben, please introduce yourself.
My name is Ben C. Schwartz, and I use the C because there's other Ben Schwartzes, even right here in Sacramento. The guy goes to my vet. He goes to my dentist. So Ben C. Schwartz, I'm owner of Empire's Comics Vault here in Sacramento, and also a writer and publisher for Continuum Press.
All right, cool. And I'm going to pull up a couple of your sites so you can shout them out real quick. What are we looking at here, Ben?
So this is the Empire's comic site, and that image right there was when we work a lot with Good Day Sacramento, and that's Cody Stark, and he was down here with Oscar and David and Kyron, and we did a special morning in the shop where he spent all morning just talking to these creators and going over their small press books.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and as you can see, the shop is filled with, it's got lounges, it's got pugs, it's a real open environment. It's not packed with stuff. We've got a lot of stuff, as you can see there, but I can't stand like clutter or stuff all around me. So I try to keep it as open and as friendly as possible.
All right, very nice. Yeah, it's a really nice looking store.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm used to walking into places and everything's like claustrophobic, and
I'm here almost 7 days a week, and I would go absolutely crazy if that was what was here.
Gotcha.
All right. So yeah, that's Ben's stuff right there. I mean, I'm sorry, that's Ben's that is Ben's. Yeah, there we go. That's the Substack right there and everything.
Yep.
I can't talk nowadays, huh? But yeah, that was a snippet, and you guys could go back on our channel and check out the video and the interview and everything that JD and Marvin did. So we'll be coming up with like some more interviews in the next few weeks. Do you have a video scheduled next week, Marvin, with another retailer? Who should we expect?
So we've got we've got two people scheduled just in case one is able to make it. So we've got Greg Gage from Black Cat Comics on. He was on with us last Saturday, and I just forgot her last name. Jen from Space Cadets. Jen King from Space Cadets in Texas.
All right. Fifth said, I watched some of Ben's videos when I was just starting with YouTube. All right, that's some old schoolish stuff right there. So it's been a minute and everything. So hey, it's a beautiful thing when you can stick with it for that long and everything. So thank you, Sif. Appreciate you as always. Shout out to Sif, man. I mean, he is such like a supporter of the Comicsburgh stuff. I mean, this guy, I swear, he is such a really great guy. Make sure you guys go check out his channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on Spine Ticks. He's there every Saturday, at 11, at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. West or East, Pacific time, Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. So I got to be up late trying to watch like Spine Ticks and everything, and try to stay up and get my coffee and stuff. But I mean, the good thing about what he does is that he entertains and he has so many great guests. And his one thing I just love about his channel is like his supporters and everybody who watches that channel. It's like a great big family that just comes back every week, just talking about different things and stuff. And, the way he just interacts and everything, he's like a really great inspiration to everybody who comes out here, just trying to just be up on YouTube and, just trying to build like their audience and stuff. And the way he supports Comicsburgh is a real good thing. He buys like all our products and stuff. What did he say? He said, I appreciate it, DP. Call it Spineberg. He calls it Spineberg. Yeah, you're right, because you do support us, man. So we definitely appreciate you.
That sounds Sounds dangerous, man. That sounds like a hitting football, man. I got you with my spine bird.
I got you with my Spinberg and everything. Just
Oh
make
no,
sure
it's
you
a,
put the
wrestling,
hit at
it's
the
a
end.
wrestling move. It's a wrestling move. The spine bird.
Spinberg. Oh, yeah. Take them off the top rope. Hit them with that Spinberg. Yeah, but yeah, definitely check out Spine Takes every Saturday night. Whether you're on the West Coast, like I said, it's 8 p.m. On the East Coast, it's 11. In between Central, you catch it, and it got the really good replays and stuff. And just try to check it live and everything, instead of watching the replays. Everybody has fun. It's like a good family time.
But he just said
but
right
yeah.
there at the edge. Remember, we have a wrestler in the family too, Yenza.
Okay.
So maybe
Oh,
he'll do that
Yenza.
move. He'll do that move when he appears in the book, Spinberg.
Hey, maybe we can get him on and talk about some of this stuff, huh? So he's part of the family, right? Yeah. So it's a free thing. So yeah, Comicsburgh is coming. We're trying to be like you, Sith Lord Lee. We're trying to be like you. So you made the blueprint, dog. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta hit up and hit him back and everything. So it's a beautiful thing. So we got the interview coming next week. We'll be doing like another interview after that that I did with Tony Cave of Challenges Games and Comics and stuff in Atlanta, Georgia. So we talked to him. He gave us some really good insight to what he sees with indie creators and indie comics and industry and everything, and what people are putting out there, how it compares to like Marvel and DC, and what creators just could do to make their stuff a lot better and much more ready to be put in the stores and ready to sell to like the to the peoples and the folks and stuff. So we call it I Still Believe in Comics, because that's what we do. We still believe in comics. Appreciate the love too, man. Appreciate the love too. But yeah, we all still believe in comics. Spine Takes, Sip, he believes in comics. Marvin believes in comics. Grant, he's watching and everything. He believes in comics. Shout out to Grant too, because he has the Beowulf stuff. He just got finished with the Beowulf trade paperback, so he's now getting that to into everybody's hands and everything. So you got all that stuff coming out. But the retail talk that we're going into, like Marvel was, talking about, basically it's just going to be what other people aren't talking about on YouTube. We talk to creators and, we talk to fans and stuff all the time and everything, but not everybody's talking to the retailers, see what their feelings are on this industry, the comic industry that, that we all love, that we're just trying to keep afloat, because everybody's going digital, on their phones and stuff, but it's still paper floppies and stuff that people can read. We can still do that, and it just so happens I got my Comicsburgh the theme of things, so make sure that you guys are checking it out. It is in stores now for issue 3, so make sure that you guys pick that up. Anyway, but we still have paper stuff in hand, so no need to go straight to digital. Still get that physical copy into your hands. It feels so good and everything, when you put stuff, in your hands like that and everything.
It's the smell too. You're not going to get that comic smell from looking at something on your phone, man, or
no, not at all.
Those papers between your fingertips, and try not to get your greasy fingers all over the cover. You guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And you can't slab a digital thing either. You can't do that.
Slab.
You can't get that 9.8 on the digital.
You can't get that 9.8 on digital.
Can't get that Comicsburgh logo on that. Can't get that certain.
Yeah. There's so many distractions and stuff with digital, on your phone, because you can flip to anything and do anything else and everything. Yeah. Put the phone down, pick up a book, comic preferably, and read it, and just get that, old school pleasure out of them and everything. So, we're basically, loving this industry and loving this medium, because we're still trying to keep the medium alive. It's not dying, it's basically transitioning and everything, and we're all trying to find our way. So that's why we're talking to these retailers to find out what are they doing to try to find their way, what we can do to help as creators, how can we talk to fans, because we talk to fans all the time and Comic Cons and stuff, what they can do to help themselves go to retailers and stuff. It surprises me all the time, Marvin, that when we talk about comics, and people come to the cons and stuff, you get some people that only realize they have stores in their own neighborhoods. you know, that they can actually go to get comics. So, I mean, it's a thing that we just got to just keep going there.
Yeah, I mean, you have to also revitalize the pool too. So you have to find a way to get new creators and new fans to recognize that this is a thing and make sure that they're creating comics after we're done doing what we do. Someone is there to pick up the torch and keep running with it.
Yeah, got to pick up the ball, because I mean, the only way to keep this industry alive is to keep it rolling, keep it going, and everything. So we try to come up the best we can with like good stories, because that's at the end of the day, everybody just wants to read a good story. It's nice to have a slab in the cover. It's nice to have a great cover and all that stuff. But in order to keep it really going, got to have that good story to keep the people coming back. Keep that, you know, keep that edge going. You know, keep that, keep that what do you call it? That fiendish stuff going and everything.
Yeah, you got to get that theme.
Exactly. So yeah, so make sure that you guys are hitting that subscribe button. Like I say, hitting that notification button. So anytime that we got anything on this channel, that we got some stuff coming and stuff. So I still believe in comics. The retail talk. If you're into like retailer stuff, basically, if you just want to hear things about comics, period, make sure that you guys are giving us a check and stuff. Just want to plug one more thing here while we're at it. Shout out to Manny Herrenberg, Herrenberg, everything that he's doing. He's such a great asset for us. Gets us into like a lot of cons. Manny's out there making us do the work, y'all. I mean, so we were trying to like scale back on like, kind of doing cons. Manny's just like ramping stuff up, He's every time he's in our chat, he's always like, we got this comic coming up. Who's going to appear and everything. So shout out to Manny. I mean, he's on the ball. He's making sure our Comicsburgh name is out there, and he's in the ears of everything, that we got going on in like the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas, in the region and stuff. And this thing is basically just going to keep up globally and everything with what we're trying to do. I wanted to try to get, let me see, I had previews up here. Let me just see. We have Daisy Chain coming out next month in September. That's Pages, Pages material. So I wanted to just plug that right quick.
Yeah, that's people know that second print.
Okay, this is the second print, so it's in previews right now. So make sure that you guys are, checking that out. It's Marvin, just talk about this right quick, because I hear it's been like a real boom for like Comicsburgh and everything.
Well, yeah. So this is so if you're into spec books, this is issue 1. The first print is a spec book. So if you find it out there, I would keep your hands on it, because there might be a third print. If the second print sells as well as the first print did, there will be a third print of Daisy Chain. So I mean, we're just momentum. So I mean, this book was supposed to come out a long time ago from another publisher, and it never got done. But I mean, it came to Comicsburgh. Page also bought his book Blowtorch, which was a good seller for us. So and next year we're bringing back not only Chess, but there's going to be the Chess versus the Edge crossover book too.
Okay, awesome. Chess versus
so
the Edge.
Make sure you guys are pre-ordering this book. I mean, and whatever Comicsburgh has coming out that month in preview, just make sure you're putting your name down next to it at your comic shop and say, yeah, I want everything Comicsburgh is doing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best you can, because one of the things we try to do is just make the best possible stories and everything. If you just subscribe to Comicsburgh stuff, that's just, straight up what you're getting, So also, hey, got to plug, your boy stuff and everything, right? Huh? So make sure that you guys are picking up the Theme of Thieves issue 3 in stores now. Bam, 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 bam. Make sure you pick that up. It has your boy, the man in the red suit. We finally get to know or get to see, this guy come to like the present. So we've been sort of like building on it, the first 3 issues and everything. Now it's come to a head. So issue 3 is in stores now. Make sure that, you go, pick it up. If they don't have it in your comic store, guys, make sure that you're asking for it. Make sure, like Marvin said, you order it. So order everything Comicsburgh and you'll get Theme of Thieves. If you like time travel mystery, that's what it is. It's about two teens and this mysterious being right here, the guy in the red suit. They're traveling through time and they're trying to solve a mystery of why people are disappearing in their presence. So you can't really beat it, you know. Thank you. Appreciate you, Grant. Grant's always, hey, he's a great comics book supporter, man. You know, I love this guy, man. You know, he's in there. But you know what? He's just now getting subscribed. I don't know.
What's up with that?
I don't know. What's up with that?
That's a demerit, right?
Whew.
Demerit for that.
I just congratulate. I just gave props to the guy, and I found out he wasn't surprised. Oh my goodness gracious! You know, this Comicsburgh guy. You know, this is basically what we do and everything. So, yeah, that's basically it. So make sure that you guys are checking us out, checking everything Comicsburgh out. Let me see. What is Sif? Sif, what's going on with you, bud? Let me see. Is chess now a Seaberg title?
It is.
Boom, 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 boom.
And there's going to be a possibly a new series coming out soon of that, along with the crossover with the Edge.
So not only is it going to be a new series, it's going to be crossing over. I love crossovers, man. I can't help anything. Anything has to do with crossover, I'm just into it and stuff. If Chicago crosses over with Law and Order, I'm there. I don't even watch Law and Order like that. But if I see that they got a crossover on TV, I am there. You know, come on now. Yeah, I love me some crossover.
Yeah, this has been about 30 years in the making to get this crossover done.
30 years in the making. Oh my
30
God.
Years in the making. It's about 30 years in the making. Back in the 90s when we were on America Online. For you young folks that don't know what that is, that was dial-up internet where you couldn't use the phone when you were on the internet. Go ahead. So that's going to be an ongoing thing. So we are going to be collaborating more with Spine Ticks on covers and interiors and all kind of stuff. So whatever we can come up with is going to be delivered.
Yeah, I love that Spine Ticks crossover Edge cover that you did. Yeah, and actually was like a whole issue and everything, right? You know,
yep.
had like some of the
yeah, we had a battle. We had like a kind of a battle of the bands later in the book between the band and the Edge, Bad Fat. So yeah, so they'll be important to the story as it goes along too. Bad Fat, because one of their members had hold of something that someone else wanted. So yeah, so a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening in the Edge and Spine Ticks and Theme of Thieves and Memoirs of the Morbid and League of Cryptids and Heroinberg.
League of Cryptids got that
Blowtorch. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it, man. And we're making things happen. And we're not waiting for someone else to tell us when we can do. We're just going to do it.
It's a lot of work too, man. You know, it's just a lot of work and time and everything. Hey, y'all, Sif, he's like a little musician too. You know, if you guys didn't, I don't know if you want anybody saying that, but Marvin was talking about, they had like a little concert thing going on in the issue and everything. I think he was playing like some instruments and everything, but he got some talent too. He got some talent too.
Yeah, you can download actually the song that they're singing in that issue with a QR code.
What? QR code. See, we use the technology. Comicsburgh, man. Comicsburgh. Hey, you can't beat it, guys. Comicsburgh in the city. Comicsburgh in the house. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Grant. Thank you, Sif, for coming on. Spine Ticks is always welcome. If you guys want to, guest star and everything, we definitely appreciate you. Just thanks for everybody, just watching us tonight. Make sure that you guys are going to that Kickstarter. We got the Kickstarter going on right now. Again, that's the Edge Kickstarter right now. I'm like almost forgetting what to say. Come on now, Marvin, you're killing me, man. So yeah, make sure that you're checking out the Edge Kickstarter. We got that going on right now. It's currently at I think we picked up since we've been on, so somebody back. So we definitely appreciate whoever did. So we're getting you a little bit of money there, slowly but steadily, Marvin, slowly but steadily and everything. But we definitely appreciate you guys, checking us out. It's 26 more days to go, and like I said, Marvin has another show coming up this Saturday on this channel. So make sure that you guys are checking that out. We'll talk about everything the Edge.
Anybody who is joining on Saturday, I'm going to have a one-of-a-kind piece of art from the Edge, some original art available when we go live. So like 20 minutes into the show, I'm going to pop it up on the Kickstarter, and whoever gets it, congratulations, because it's the only one that exists.
Okay. All right. So there you go. So there you have it. So make sure you guys are checking all this out. You know, make sure that you guys, like I said, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that notification button. We're at Comicsburgh. Make sure that you go to comicsburgh.com and check out everything Comicsburgh related. Obviously, you know, make sure that you like I said, Sith was on here, Spine Ticks, make sure you're hitting his channel and stuff. Make sure that you hit Grant's channel. He does like, you know, lives every now and then talk about, you know, Beowulf and League of Cryptids, you know, his stuff is going on right now. So just make sure you're picking up everything Comicsburgh, and we appreciate you, you know, joining us. And we'll see ya. We'll see ya when we see ya. All right.